What is up, people of the internet? We are back. Module 2. We are talking the film score blueprint. What the heck is the film score blueprint? Let's jump into it. This essentially was a concept designed for the film score packs, right? There's volume 1, which was released a year and a half ago, and now this is volume 2. If you already have volume 1, you are in luck because a lot of the systems that were set in place in volume 1 are also in accordance to volume 2. What these sounds are is musical and tonal sound effects in all 12 keys. No, this isn't just noise like whooshes or booms or impacts, not normal sound effects, musical and tonal sound effects. And I might be repetitive in this, but really, I came up with that word, musical and tonal sound effects did not exist before I decided, hey, you know what? What if we do a sound pack in where musical stems are in all 12 keys? That didn't exist before. So the repetition of me just kind of like explaining this is very much needed for this industry. And this blueprint really just serves as the guideline or framework to help filmmakers understand how to effectively integrate music in their films. How freaking cool, dude. You are not just a filmmaker. You're not just a videographer like we were talking about in Module 1. You are a musician now. You can contribute to the evolution of music being created. Quick side note, I just learned this, that the whole idea of being a contributor and creator of music and being a listener and consumer of music is actually a very new idea that has just been implemented in the last 100 years. Way back, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, if you had sticks, you were drumming on something. Everyone could sing. It wasn't, oh, this person can sing and this person can sing. Everyone was singing. If there was freaking bones lying around, they would make little flutes out of them. I mean, you should look at some of these instruments that were made way back in the day. They're so creative, and everyone as a group, as a tribe, as a family, we're all contributors of music. And really what the film score blueprint is saying, hey, it's okay if you don't have a ton of musical knowledge, like you didn't go to freaking Juilliard. This stuff can be easy with certain guidelines, and you can now be a contributor and creator of music. Sorry, side tangent. I'm super passionate about this stuff. It is a structured way to approach film scoring, particularly for those who may not have formal musical training. Boom. That's sick. Come on now. Like, really, you don't need much. Like, this stuff is pretty easy if you follow these guidelines. You just basically need to know the letters of your alphabet. Listen, these sounds are extremely powerful. They will absolutely unleash a creative part of you that you did not know existed. So it's really important that we build a foundation of basic music theory to be able to unleash that. And so these rules are actually extremely important. I can almost guarantee the majority of people that have this pack will just skip over this course right away, and these sounds will just be sitting in a folder and they won't know exactly how to use it or how actually powerful this is. So I commend you for watching this, and stick with me because I promise this will absolutely be worth it for you to understand the language of music, and your creativity will absolutely be unleashed. And the film score blueprint bridges the gap between the music composer who has studied music their entire lives and the filmmaker who knows nothing about music. Let's move on. So when we open up the Film Score Pack Volume 2, you're going to see 7 different folders. And you can basically break this pack into 3 different categories, okay? Your non-tempo section, that's going to be your pads and drones and your riffs and melodies, right? Your tempo section, which is going to be your rhythms and drums. And then your glue. Melodic hits, melodic risers, melodic transitions. If you are on Mac, I highly suggest you just put these little blue dots for I'm all about color code, and just color really helps me in a way. And so really blocking this off to completely be proficient when you are looking for sounds. Pads and drones are gonna be almost your foundation. The waveforms kind of look like this. They're usually a minute to a minute and a half long. Your riffs and melodies are kind of like the color, right? The thing that really stands out, the element in music that everyone wants to sing along to, almost the hero of the song. Rhythms are just musical patterns. So when you look at the waveform, these are kind of what they look like. You know, this is just an example. I'm not saying all of these look like, but you can see the musical pattern in these waveforms. Boom, 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 you know? Then same with drums. Drums are just percussive patterns. They do not have keys to them. They are not musical and tonal sound effects. I'm going to go over this more, but I picked the top 2 and most popular BPMs in music, 90 BPM and 120 BPM. So you're going to see 3 different categories, 90 BPM, 100, and one shots. One shots are very much just, they are not patterns. They are just like hits or snares or whooshes, you know. And then we have our glue, all in green. Melodic hits are essentially booms or impacts, except in an actual key. So picture like a piano or a little violin hit. The waveform hits and then gets quieter over time. And then melodic risers are the exact opposite. It starts something very quiet and gets louder, 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 and cuts off. And then we have melodic transitions. So these are like whooshes. Everyone knows what whooshes are, but these are in actual keys. So it starts quiet, it gets louder, and then gets quiet again. There's usually a point where the transient hits at its loudest point. All right, let's keep moving. So now that we've broken up the pack into 3 different sections, we can now break the pack up into 3 different sections within each category. So when you click on each category, you're going to notice that each category is split up into another 3 different categories. We're going to have our major and minor keys, right? So in pads and drones, these are your first 4. And then second are going to be your major keys. And then third are going to be your minor keys. We're going to get into what the heck major and minor are. And, you know, as we get into this, you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with words that you don't completely recognize. And that is okay. We are talking about a completely different language that is music. But I do want to reassure you that once you understand a couple different ideas and concepts, I promise you it's like a superpower. The ideas that are in your head, you'll actually be able to do. So let's keep moving on. What the heck is a major key? Think of major keys as a sound of happiness or brightness. Music in a major key often sounds uplifting, cheerful, straightforward. It's like the feeling on a sunny day where everything feels positive and clear, right? In music, all songs hold a certain key. If we're on Music Bed right now and we go to whatever song, you'll see that it holds a key, D major. We can go to another song. Let's see B major, right? We can type into Google, what key is Love Story by Taylor Swift in? Boom, D major. And now let's talk about minor keys. Minor keys often have a more serious and sad, more contemplative vibe. It can evoke a sense of melancholy, introspective, and even tension. It's like a mood on a cloudy or rainy day, a mysterious vibe, or a sadness in the air. You'll kind of notice too how all the minor sounds have a little M next to them. That just represents minor. And then last but not least, we have our major and minor keys. Okay, so these are sounds in the film score blueprint that will work with both major and minor keys. It doesn't matter. It'll work with any song, right? So you'll notice when you go to folders that are both major and minor, they appear to just be major. But dude, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to do this, that, and this? Is this how you want me to label them? That would be a freaking disaster, dude. That doesn't look clean. Just know that when you click these, they work for both major and minor. If you guys got a better way of how I can approach both major and minor sounds, reach out to me. I'm open to ideas. All right, let's really get into actually listening to these sounds and getting familiar with this pack. I've split this up just visually in all 7 categories: drones, riffs, melodies, rhythms, drums, melodic hits, melodic risers, melodic transitions. So let's listen to some of these pads. As you can see, the waveform is super constant and it's almost the foundation of everything. I think it would be really good to start practicing starting out using pads. Honestly, I think these drones are going to be what you might use the most. That's why they're number 1. Yes, this drone is called Goated because it's goated. If you know, you know. This is a major pad. Sounds happy, sounds bright. And this is called Deep Night. This is a minor pad. You can see with the A minor. Unreal. I love minor pads. Now let's listen to some riffs and melodies. This is called Violin Basic in A. Oh, unreal. So it's pretty cool because let's just throw this pad underneath this melody and see what happens. Unreal. I mean, that sounds like a song right there. Let's say I don't like that pad. Let me just bring in this goated. Let's bring in this absolute goated drone. See what happens. I mean, that's unreal. Let's say I don't really like the violin anymore. Let's try this warm keys. I mean, it's a completely different feel. And then let's hear this minor. I think this is a cello. Dude, unreal. Let's start off with this drone though. See what happens. This minor drone and this minor melody. Are you kidding me? This is so cool. It's so sick. These two, the pads and drones and riffs and melodies, I want you to get super familiar with these two. These two are really the foundation. Start off with the pad and drone, add a riff and melody on top. See what happens. The mixing and matching of these two elements are absolutely endless. All right, now we got our rhythms. Let's hear this clock bell in 120 BPM. Sick, an A. Okay, let's listen to the next one. This is called Dark Synth. Damn. All right. That one's sick. All right, let's see what happens when we throw this pad underneath this clock bell. So let's solo these two. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's repeat this. All these rhythms and drums are meant to be repeatable. They're almost loops. Let's bring in this dark synth. That's kind of cool. Let's bring in this cello. See what happens. Dude, what? We're just casually creating a song. What if we kept that? Dude, it's just so cool. So cool. All right. Those are your rhythms, and you obviously have a lot more. I'm just going through these as fast as possible. Okay. Let's hear some drums, okay? You gotta love some drums. These are percussive elements. They are not, if you open up drums, you're not gonna see all 12 keys, right? You have your 120 BPM, you have your 90 BPM, you have your one shots. Pretty standard. Okay. That's sick. Urban flow. Whoa. Sticks rhythm. I mean, this is so sick. Let's combine urban flow. Since this is 120 BPM, I can combine this one. Let's hear what that sounds like. I'm just playing. Let's loop it. Let's bring in these sticks. And then let's bring in this this Dark Knight minor pad. Let's see what that sounds like. So we got this minor pad. Dark synth, urban flow drums. Adding the sticks. This is so fun, dude. I mean, I'm only playing with just like a couple. I mean, there are a lot more sounds that you can play with and mix and match. I'm just excited, guys. All right. And then we have our one shot. So, boom. There are 21 of them. These are some that I just grabbed. Some are like these kicks. These booms. Some are these... I really like this tom roll. Ooh. That'd be cool. That'd be cool if you like connected these two. Ooh. And then if you added maybe this. Let's see what that happens with this rhythm drum. This is sick. Okay, sorry. I'm having too much fun, guys. And then got some ethnic sticks. Let's hear what this sounds like. I mean, that's so sick. It's just like a little color, you know? Like I could put a little bass pad in here. Ooh. Like kind of hide it in the background. Dude, so cool. All right, we're moving on. We are to the glue of the film score blueprint. Okay, we have our melodic hits. Ready? Raindrop, one of my favorites. We have high piano ether. Great piano. Then we have thunderstorm in minor. Okay, I hope I'm making myself clear. All of these are in A or A minor, but I mean, dude, you go to, there's 11 more different keys that this comes in. So this will work with any type of music, you know what I mean? And then we have our melodic risers. Let's do low piano build. Hear what this sounds like. Dude, that's unreal. Wow, that is unreal. Harmonic. Ooh, I hear that like being the start of like a song. Skyfall, A minor. Dude, so sick. And then our melodic transitions. Let's hear Sonder. This is probably my top favorite. That's why it's number one. The vocal into the piano hit. Come on now. Harmony passage. This was made with the cello, by the way. It's unreal. Electrical. A minor. Woohoo! And there you have it, guys. Those are the 7 folders that are in the Film Score Pack Volume 2. The last thing that I'm going to say before really the fun starts, Module 3 and 4 are going to be unreal. I'm going to show you real life examples working from nothing, from scratch, building songs, messing with music licensing songs. It's going to be sick. But before we do that, I'm going to leave you with this. The last thing that I want to say is you should absolutely take time to understand and listen to every single sound in this pack. I know that's tedious, but it's super important to get familiar with these sounds, right? And we're exercising our ears and we're not exercising our eyes, right? I tried to visually show you what it looks like, but really when it comes to these sounds, it's a little bit harder than visuals. When it comes to visuals, you can just see something and know if you like it or you don't. With sound and with these musical and tonal sound effects, you actually have to go into these, click them and listen. That takes discipline. That takes discipline, and not a lot of people are going to do that. So I highly recommend go through some of these, highlight the ones that you like, This is going to make your editing experience so fun and super easy. That's it for the Film Score Blueprint Again, reach out to me if you guys have any other questions. I know the whole idea of musical and tonal sound effects is a very new thing that I'm really introducing to the filmmaking world. So please reach out to me if you have any questions. That's it for Module 2. We'll see you in Module 3.